Okay, so in this chapter, we're going to talk about another type of medium called hydroton. Hydroton is expanded clay pellets that are baked in the oven, and they're used for most hydroponic systems. So I have some here, and you can kind of see what it looks like. They're just small clay pellets. They have a bunch of pores inside of them that let a lot of oxygen get to the roots. They absorb a decent amount of water, but they actually drain rather quickly. And this is an issue with people that are growing hydroponic mediums if they don't know what they're doing. And I'll get to that in a minute. But what it does is we have a bunch of rocks sitting here, and they're all just piled up here. And then the plant is growing into that. All the roots will go in between the rocks. Okay, they'll just grow in between them. And this way, they're able to get the most amount of oxygen to those roots. One of the good things about hydroton is the fact that you can constantly feed your plants all the time. You can even have just a drip, just dripping on it, keeping it wet, keeping it moist. And this way your plants always get nutrients. All the time they're getting fresh nutrients, which means they grow more vigorously. One of the bad things about hydroton is the fact that if you leave your plants, even for a day or 2 days, without feeding them, your plants might die. I mean, they die very quickly. Let's just say you have a top feed drip system, which is a constant drip coming down, and then the pump breaks and your plant's not getting fed anymore. It's gonna be like 2 or 3 days max when your plant starts just totally wilting and dying, because this stuff dries up really quickly because there's so much oxygen in there and so many pores in there. This is commonly used in aeroponic systems. It's commonly used in hydroponic systems, as well as deep water culture systems. Just for the fact that it's constantly getting the water that it needs, so there's no point in putting a medium such as soil or something that's going to absorb a lot of water into a system like that. So hydroton is very useful. It can be used in aeroponic systems. It can be used in ebb and flow systems. It can be used in top feed systems and deep water culture systems. The reason why it's so commonly used in those types of systems is because your plants are all constantly getting fed. So there's no reason to use a medium such as soil or any type of medium that's going to suck up a lot of water and retain it. This way you're able to drain very easily with stuff like this. Now you can mix this with other types of mediums such as soil and things like that. It'll help with drainage and help with oxygen getting to the roots. So it's useful for doing that. I would say 1 part to every 2 parts, or 1/3 to every 2/3 of whatever medium that you're trying to use. So 1/3 of hydroton for every 2/3 of another type of medium that you're using. So exploring back, some of the pros, like I was saying, is the fact that it provides a lot of oxygen to the roots. You're able to feed the plants more vigorously and more often on a constant basis. And it's an inert medium. It doesn't have unstable pH or anything like that, so there's no point in trying to stabilize it, such as rock wool. So some of the cons about hydroton is the fact that you have to constantly feed it. I mean, if your pump breaks or something goes wrong or you don't feed your plants will die very quickly. It's definitely not recommended for beginners, and it's only recommended for hydro systems, really. I mean, even though you can mix it with other things. So this concludes the chapter on hydroton, and I'll see you in the next one.